Hi, everybody. Welcome again to the next installment of our Asia Life Lock-In interview series. Today, we're here with Matt Ryan, owner, proprietor, purveyor of fine fish and chips, among other things from the Union Jack's restaurant. Matt, how you doing? How's your family?
Well, thank you. Hello, everybody.
Thank you for joining us today. I want to start at the beginning. How did you find out? When did you get the word that the restaurants were gonna shut in town? But more importantly, I'm interested in, what was that first thought that went through your mind? That sort of holy shit moment. How did that go down? What was it like?
Yeah, like the world is falling apart. Yeah. We first got word. A friend of mine, also in the restaurant and bar industry, shared what looked like a very official document. And that went around like wildfire. And first of all, my Vietnamese is not very good. Spoken is okay, but I had to get that translated. And Vietnamese is a very difficult language anyway. And it seemed that the 4 or 5 different Vietnamese people we gave the letter to also translated it all differently. So that was very confusing. We scrambled and everyone was messaging each other and, what's this, what's going on? It was a very worrying time for sure.
Yeah, because look, I understand personally, having been an owner of a small, pub type restaurant sort of thing as well, that it's really hard to make it month to month, just at the best of times, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got at the moment the airlines are, they're in trouble because they're not saving money. They're apparently investing it all, and that's the big companies. So us little people, we're just doing what we can to make ends meet. So this is a really difficult time for a lot of people.
Sure. So then, once that initial announcement came through, and you knew what was what adjustments did you have to make to your business in terms of your operations, your staffing, whatever it may have been? What were the changes you had to make?
I had to close one of my places to keep my staff kind of safe and consolidate in one place. We moved from District 2 and moved to our flagship, which is District 1. There's a couple of reasons for that. We had some maintenance to do, and as I said, to keep the staff safe mainly. So, we knew that a lot of parents of our staff would be concerned and would be asking them to be going back home or asking them not to work. We faced that. So we brought it down to our core employees and try to keep as many people in employment as we could.
Sure. So have you been having to run on a more of a skeleton crew?
Absolutely, a skeleton crew, yeah, and they're doing a great job, bless them.
Right.
Beforehand, we were doing a lot of deliveries anyway.
Yes, you already set up for delivery, weren't you? Shit. Sorry, office chair. Only the best here at Asia Life. Sorry, so you already gives you a chance to have some beer. You already set up for delivery though, weren't you?
Yes, we have a very good delivery service. Fortunately, we have a very well trained team, and they get it. We give the full delivery fee to the drivers, which incentivizes them. We've had the same drivers with us pretty much since we started, with some coming and going. But the core of our team has stayed together and kept our standards up pretty much for the past 2 years. We brought a couple of the part-time guys back on, and now we're now up to 8 delivery drivers a day.
Okay,
it's a lot.
Since this has all happened, though. Have you noticed, is there some particular challenges to moving to an all delivery model?
The challenges are
the reason I asked this question, the reason I asked the question is that I've been hearing that, like on social media, people will be complaining about delivery times and all this sort of stuff, even though, like you said, you're moving to an all delivery model. You're operating on a skeleton crew. So is this kind of like expectation of delivery services normal one of the challenges that you face? Because these aren't normal times.
Absolutely, these aren't normal times. I would say that most people have been very understanding. Fortunately, we don't make many mistakes, but obviously, deliveries have gone up and demand's gone up, and we're running on a smaller crew. So, there is going to be more delays than usual, especially during peak times. So I would say the most part, people have been very understanding. And if they haven't at the time, people get hangry. That happens to the best of us. But, normally I'll give them a call and explain the situation. And as soon as that's, we make sure we make it up to them the next time.
Sure thing. Can you tell me, have you had an opportunity to chat with, other restaurant owners and get a sort of a feel about how they're feeling? And, are there any other particular of your colleagues who you'd like to give a shout out to now?
I'm in a constant contact with lots of people in the industry. Fortunately, we've got a good community going on. There's a lot of people I'd like to shout out if possible, but there will obviously be a lot of people I'd leave out. Please go out there and support Jake's Barbecue, La Fiesta, Tippy's, N21, Godmother Bake, where else? Capone's. All these people are doing fantastic food. Heart of Darkness are doing good beer. Pasteur Street, fantastic food. There's loads of people I'd like to shout out.
I know all those people. Literally everyone that you just mentioned.
Yeah, it is a fantastic community we got going on, and if anything, we'll come out the other side stronger for this. Hopefully we can all get to the other side.
Right, and what would you say the mood is? What's the in your contact with them? How are they feeling?
Survive. I think that's been the motto. Not everyone will be able to, but we're doing our best to support each other. There's been constant posts, and a few of the Facebook rules I'd say have been relaxed a little bit, and people are supporting each other. Eddie's Brad over at Eddie's has been posting different places all the time. Who else? Max Wierzer at N21 posting about all these other places. We're all trying to do our bit to support each other during these times, and the community and the customers have been fantastic as well. They're doing it too.
Sure. Which sort of brings me to my final question is when we start talking about light at the end of the tunnel. One, how will you be, do you think, at the end of all this, if it lasts another few weeks? And just how do you think the F&B with the restaurant industry, because it's going to be different. It's going to be different. What do you think it's going to look like at the end of all this?
Well, a lot of places are built on experience. A lot of the fine dining and places like that, and that's going to be tough for those to keep going. And I hope that they are there at the end, because there are some fantastic restaurants which I've been to, and some which I still haven't got to. I work a lot, so I hope that they can be there at the end of this. In terms of deliveries, it seems that everybody's now has pushed towards doing deliveries. Some have accepted that they're not cut out for it, or they weren't designed for it anyway. Others have adapted their model, and they've adapted them in an interesting way. And so I'm looking forward to trying some of those as well. How we'll come out at the end of it, I honestly don't know. I don't know how long this is going to last. I hope we can all survive and keep putting out our product, and there's no stricter, no harsher restrictions on us to be able to do delivery and to feed people.
Sure. Well, man, look, I just want to say thank you to you and your crew for feeding people during these difficult times. Oh, and to everyone watching, just from me, tip your fucking delivery driver. Literally, these guys are feeding you, and they're out and about on the streets putting themselves at risk. So tip your delivery driver. But Matt Ryan from Union Jacks, thank you so much for your time, man. Keep up the good work. Okay.
Thank you. Cheers.
Catch you later, man.
Bye.